scripted by investors. Before 13 colonies became one nation, 700 English shareholders became one company. A single share in the Virginia Company cost £12, 10 shillings, 6 months' wages for an ordinary worker. For those willing to work 7 years for the company in Virginia, the share was free. As the historian Bu Srinivasan writes, those early American settlements were funded through private investment, with the risks borne by private interests and the lives of men. The lives of men indeed. After 17 years and hundreds of supply ships, 85% of Virginia's settlers had died. So King James I revoked the company's charter in 1624, forcing Virginia to be ruled as a colony instead. Those were inauspicious beginnings for a country that would win the Cold War 365 years later in the name of capitalism. And though those corporate beginnings have transmogrified into Thanksgiving school plays, the United States has always struggled with the morality of its economy. This is a country built off tobacco and slaves, fossil fuels and global finance. Corporations had legal personhood before women did. Rutherford B. Hayes, president during the Gilded Age, wrote in his diary, "This is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people no longer. It is government by the corporations, of the corporations, and for the corporations." The country's history has always been an uncomfortable balance of private and public interests, of people and the corporations they create. Capitalism is once again on trial. Pernicious inequality and catastrophic climate change, global instability and plateauing growth, decaying institutions, and receding opportunity. Inequality is at a post-war high. In Boston, the gap in life expectancy between those living in adjacent rich and poor neighborhoods is 33 years. Growth in urban and rural areas has diverged. Since 2010, the largest 53 metro areas have accounted for over 90% of the nation's population growth. Half of rural counties have lost population since 2000. Across the country, only 1 in 3 Americans believes their children will be better off financially than their parents. Meanwhile, according to one survey of professionals, half of Americans don't feel a connection to their company's mission or get a sense of meaning or significance from their work. We often talk of stagnant wages, but not what those wages can buy. Whereas the manufactured bread and circuses of fast food and flat-screen televisions have gotten cheaper, the things that give our lives dignity, education, fresh food, health care, have gotten much more expensive. If we were to adjust wage growth by a consumer dignity index instead of the standard consumer price index, we'd see that most people's wages haven't been stagnant. They've been in steep decline. We've descended into a corporate-sponsored Brave New World, complete with a calcified caste system and the soma of cheap consumer goods and drugs, licit or illicit, to dull the pain. This is how the world ends, not with a bang, but with a binge-worthy Netflix series. Based on one 2020 study, 56% of people worldwide believe that capitalism as it exists today does more harm than good in the world. Only half of American adults under 40 view capitalism favorably, down from 2/3 in 2010. 4 in 10 Americans say they would prefer living in a socialist country over a capitalist one. It's all enough to make us ask, can we save capitalism from itself? Should we? The United States was born by the corporation, and it may die by it too. Maybe Thiel isn't crazy to want a way out. The book in summary. Our most critical social and environmental challenges have been caused, in large part, by the explicit amorality of corporations. Our economy is dominated by the ideology that private vice makes for public virtue, and so our world is dominated by corporations that reflect no deeper purpose than profit. They embody no broader values than shareholder value. They are accountable to nothing but the bottom line.